Hi, here's my last video. So I'm taking passages from the cell structure and function packet, and there's various passages with the vocab words that I pulled from it. It's not word for word, but I sent them all in the link as pictures so you can see all of them. I think if we go over all of them on the video, it's going to get too long, but I'll at least do a few, as I would with a class. So, from the cell structure and function, we already did eukaryotic in the last one. That's where I did the link strategy all the way through the modeling. And then I put prokaryotic in just because it's the opposite of eukaryotic, and it's something that the students would need to know. Prokaryotic and eukaryotic. And for that one I did pro is before, karyot is kernel, and it's cells without a nucleus. So I did a kernel of corn made before the nuclei or kernel, even though it's not a specific vocab word in here. All right? So like your body, eukaryotic cells are a highly organized structure. They are surrounded by a protective membrane that receives messages from other cells. They contain membrane-bound organelles, so organelles is one of our vocab words, that perform specific cellular processes, divide certain molecules into compartments, and help regulate the timing of key events. But the cell is not a random jumble of suspended organelles and molecules. Rather, certain organelles and molecules are anchored to specific sites which vary by cell type. If the membrane was removed from a cell, the contents wouldn't collapse and ooze out in a big puddle. How does the cell maintain this framework? So we go back to organelle. And for organelle, the reminding word is organ, because they're very close to each other. And just like organelles are tiny cellular structures that perform specific functions within a cell, body organs perform specific functions in your body. So then my linking story is body organs, and then my linking pictures are just pictures of body organs. Pictures of kidneys, what they do, picture of stomach, what they do, and picture of a heart. And again, these are all online in a file that I sent you so you can see them close up. Each eukaryotic cell has a cytoskeleton, which is a network of proteins that is constantly changing to meet the needs of a cell. It's made of small protein subunits that form long threads or fibers that crisscross the entire cell. For cytoskeleton, I used skeleton because really the two, a body skeleton, a human skeleton, and the cytoskeleton perform the same functions. So it's made of protein fibers that cross animal cells. It's a network of proteins that constantly changes to meet the needs of the cell. My linking story is both skeletons support the body cell, and my picture is a picture of a human skeleton, and then the picture of the cytoskeleton inside the cell. Cytoplasm, which you read about in section 3.1, is itself an important contributor to cell structure. In eukaryotes, it fills the space between the nucleus and the cell membrane. So cell membrane, cytoplasm is the next one. So cytoplasm, this was a hard one. I used ectoplasma from the movie Ghostbusters, which the students would probably know. And the definition is thick liquid that contains many organelles. It's the goo floating around in the cell. So I used ectoplasm, pink ghost goo, and then a picture of the ghosts and the plasma as my linking picture. All right, so cell membrane is the next one. The cell membrane controls what goes in and out of a cell, and I used door frame, so membrane, door frame. And the membrane, just like a door frame, controls the entrance and exit for the cell. So in a building, the doors control what comes in and out of the building, and in a cell, the membrane controls what comes in and out of the cell. So my linking picture is a picture of a cell with some doors open and some doors closed around the outside. The nucleus is the storehouse for most of, I gotta go back. The fluid portion, excluding the organelles, is called cytosol and consists mostly of water. The nucleus is the storehouse for most of the genetic information or DNA in your cells. The nucleolus is a dense region where tiny organelles essential for making proteins are assembled. So for nucleus, I think most of the students would know nucleus. It's pretty common. But if not, this is my card. So nucleus, the definition is it's the brains of the cell, contains the cell's DNA, the genetic material, and it controls gene expression and DNA replication. So the linking word that I used is like a nuclear bomb. The nucleus, or the middle of the atoms, make nuclear bombs, and the explosion, if you draw it, can look like a brain. So the connection is the nucleus of the atom combined makes an explosion that looks like a brain. These organelles are called ribosomes, and they are a combination of proteins and RNA molecules. So this is the last one I'll do on video because I don't want it to get too long. And for ribosomes, so the definition is produces protein. It's made up of RNA and other proteins, and it's on the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So the connecting word, or the linking word I used is rib. First part of ribosomes is rib. And then the linking story is delicious pork ribs are made of protein. And I drew a picture of ribs that says yum. All right, that's all I'm going to do so this doesn't get too long. Thank you.